All right, has our friend Dave Wyman lost his mind? I was wondering as we were doing the huddle on Thursday when he was talking about Marshawn Lynch looking better somehow. And then I got to thinking about it a little bit, and we've seen him for one, basically, series.
Was it 5 carries?
32 yards, I think, in the game against Denver. And he mentioned the play, and I thought of the play when he said it. It felt like he was hopping a little bit into a thing, but is it possible that the crusty old linebacker is right, that Marshawn Lynch is actually a little quicker and looks a little bit better than he did last year?
It's tough to make that declaration on 5 carries. He looked good on those 5 carries.
We're going to have to, I think, because that might be all we see him.
Yeah, they are definitely erring on the side of caution with him. He's got a stiff lower back, I think is what they said. And you know what you have in him. They don't need to see anything out of him. And he's a guy that runs into punishment, does not run away from it, does not run away from contact. So he certainly didn't look like he lost anything at all. If anything, he did look better. But again, we're talking about 5 carries, so it's hard to get too excited. But if in fact that is the case, that he's equal to or better than he was last year, especially the second half of the season where he was the best running back in the league, that's going to take a lot of pressure off whichever quarterback ends up being your starter, whether it's Matt Flynn or Russell Wilson. If you've got that security blanket back there, you can rely on him and put everything on his shoulders. You don't need Wilson or Flynn to win the game for you. You don't need him to push anything or try anything that's not there, or take too many chances. This is going to be a ball control offense with the the locomotive that is beast mode back there, handling all the heavy lifting.
I mean, it has to be that, Bob. I think we both agree for the Seahawks to even contemplate having the success they want to have, their running game has to start out at the level that it finished up last year. And as you pointed out, statistically, probably the best running game in the league. I thought what was really encouraging against Denver was that was against a pretty good first-team defense in terms of what the Broncos have to offer. Seahawks had their starters out there, and that starting offensive line and Lynch looked in sync. And I don't think there was anything that looked better in, really, forget about just that game. I'd say for the Seahawks, as good as Wilson has been, as good as some moments have been in preseason, Lynch and that offensive line and that stretch for that game, that's as good as it gets for the Seahawks as far as I'm concerned.
So if anything's going to make you feel better about the quarterback battle, and maybe it's taken away from the learning of one of these two guys, that should make you feel better, knowing you've got Marshawn Lynch there, who looks, again, very brief moment, but did look equal to or better than he did last year. That's nothing but good for a young quarterback who may not have the number of reps that you think they should have going into the regular season.